I'm gonna show you how I made this creepy animatronic bear. Let's get started. Hello, I'm the creator of Build Anything, and I post videos every other week, from wrist flamethrowers to sand casting to Arduino powered animatronics. If that sounds interesting, consider subscribing. Now, without further ado, the first thing you'll need to do is gather all the components on screen. As always, there will also be a detailed parts list in the description. Now we're gonna have to upload the audio file to the micro SD card. I made this song myself in Audacity with a bunch of royalty-free sounds and some sounds I made myself. So if you want to, you can totally make your own version. But before you put it on the SD card, you'll have to upload it to this website and fill everything in as shown. Now just click on Start Conversion. That's all we need to do with the audio file itself. Now we need to format the SD cards. You can just leave all the settings on defaults. Now we can put the audio file on the SD card and rename it to 1. Then right click, select Eject and take the SD card out of your PC. That's all we need to do with the SD card. You can now insert it into the SD card reader. The Arduino on its own outputs such a low voltage it's almost inaudible. That's why we need to connect a small audio amplifier. Time for some soldering. Desolder the input jack and all pins from the Arduino Uno. It's not hard, just really tedious. Now that that's done, you're also gonna have to desolder all the pins from the SD card reader and the ultrasonic sensor. All the components you see on screen are part of what you could call the brain of the circuit, as they take all the inputs, process them, and use this information to control all outputs accordingly. To make sure there will be no short circuit or anything like that, you can put a small piece of cardboard between the boards. Now we can use a glue gun to attach the Arduino Uno to one side of the cardboard and the 3 other boards to the other side. Time to start connecting everything together. If you want to do this yourself, you can pause the video right here for the circuits. Lastly, for the brain, upload this code to the Arduino Nano and this one to the Arduino Uno. Now that the brain is done, we can connect all the inputs and outputs: the ultrasonic sensor, speaker, LEDs, servo, and power jack. All the electronics are done, which means we can finally get started with the bear. And a lighter. Now we're also gonna have to completely cut open his back. As you can see, we put some tape around the brain in case the glue would let go or something. Then we put it in the bear, then the eyes and speaker. I also used epoxy to glue all the components securely to the bear. Now attach the sensor to the front. We'll later cover this up with some wool to make it seem as if it's just a cut and the wool is pouring out. Now we need to fill the bear, sew his back back together and glue the servo in place. As I said before, we also need to put some wool at the front to completely hide the sensor. I also added this little bow tie to make him even creepier. Now let's test it out. I'm really happy with how this project turned out. Certainly one of my favorites. I hope you liked it too. If you did, like and consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it.